Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Walking Dead, Season 7, Episode 3, The Cell. I am your host, Clio, and with me I have John.
Hello.
Hi. This episode sort of just starts off, we're at the sanctuary. I don't know if that was ever said out loud, but Chris Hardwick said it. And it's the Savior's main base. And we see they treat their people about as well as they treat people from other camps.
Yeah, not super well.
Yeah, they're just bullies all around. And it starts off with Dwight being basically a fucking asshole, taking people's stuff. Weird montage.
The montage of douche.
Yeah, weird montage with weird music. Weird, torture music. That they literally used to torture Daryl.
Yeah. Alright, now I kind of want to ask this at the top.
Ask.
I don't know if it was just me, but I found this episode really hard to follow. Did you?
The only thing at the end I was confused about was what exactly the walkers on the fence were about. That I think...
Well, not just that. Just I couldn't quite put my finger on why Dwight was doing most of the things that he was doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Why was he out staring at the people on the fence?
Well,
why was he Dwight?
Why is he Dwight? That's a great question. We don't know why Dwight is Dwight, and I'm not sure we'll ever figure it out. But the reason he's staring at the people on the fence is kind of what he says to Daryl earlier. He's like, you can either be one of them or you can be one of me. And he goes out there to watch them, to remind himself.
To kind of remind him.
It sucks what I have to do.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
But that is worse.
I mean, he basically lost his wife over it.
Yeah. He got branded over it. He's constantly trying to convince himself that this is the best thing, when maybe it's not. But I think that's definitely why he watches them on the wall. But why they're there, that's the question for me. What...
That I didn't really get, because they're just kind of chained up.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, so they're chained up and spiked through and put on display almost. Are they obstacles? Are they for protection? Or are they examples? Those are the three things I can think of. And I'm not sure which one it is.
Well, it's hard to tell where that is. Is it in front? Is it outside the perimeter? We don't really know the lay of the compound that well.
Yeah.
It's hard to even tell what the building is, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's anything like that last place that our friends murdered everyone in their sleep in.
Yeah.
They seem to favor really tight, closed up buildings. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a factory or something like that, or some kind of industrial area. I don't know. But
yeah.
It's hard to tell. I need a map. I need to know where that is to understand what the hell its function is.
Yeah, me too. Because it's and it could also be we've only seen this place in one episode. So we don't quite know what it's about yet. This is very, very weird, the place. And I think Dwight was laying out the levels of what you can be here. And he says you could be dead. But But I don't think he meant you could be actually dead. I think it meant you have the spray paint letter and you go out and you do whatever you do with the walkers. I think that's the lowest. And then there's working for points, which is what the merchants and stuff were doing, where you are basically just bullied every day of your life.
Right.
And then you could be a douchebag. You can be a Negan.
And what glory comes with that title?
You get a nice room, and you get to fuck bitches, make money? I guess that's a plus.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very strange hierarchy they have there. Like, and it's weird because it's like, you can have sex with any woman you want, provided she says yes.
Yeah, like, that's
Does that
where...
mean, like, actual yes or Negan's yes?
Yeah, I was wondering that, too.
Basically, you have to say yes.
Yeah, I was wondering that, too. I'm like, is that where you draw the line, Negan? Is that where you draw the line?
Where you come in? Because I don't think that's true.
I don't think so, either. Because, as we see, and I didn't recognize her at first, but that, the woman in the doctor's office was used to be Dwight's wife, now... Negan's wife. Ugh, gross. But that's sort of like, she agreed to the marriage, but because he was literally going to kill Dwight, her husband. So it's like, probably that kind of yes.
Yeah. So it's
gross.
It's an offer you really can't refuse.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out Dwight. Like, it's still mulling it over in my brain. But we know he's had Daryl's crossbow for a while.
Yeah.
Now he's wearing Daryl's vest. He's got a motorcycle that looks very much like Daryl's.
That he broke.
Like, really bad. Does he want to be Daryl? Does he empathize with Daryl?
I think, to a degree, I mean, for one thing, it's I think part of it's just like one up Daryl, like, look, I'm better than you kind of thing. Because Dwight doesn't feel very good about himself on the inside.
Yeah.
Where his feelings are.
Yeah.
I think the other side of it is, like, in a weird way, he's like trying to save Daryl.
Yeah.
Because you could tell when Negan was talking about their arrangement, if you want to call it that, he was not happy with it at all. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to know, like, how badly he fucked up and how he lost the woman he loves. So, weirdly enough, he's trying to save Daryl, I think, in his own way, like, in really the most realistic way possible. It's just like, look, either come into the fold or you're done. Like, there's two options here. So, I don't know. But, like, he's also trying to break Daryl, so that will happen. So, like, that's not great.
Yeah, well, because he's still a good little dog. He's following the orders, which is break Daryl.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Negan, like, refers to him like good boy, like he is a dog.
Yeah.
So I think he's trying to not let the breaking process drag on too long, because I feel like he does empathize with Daryl of sorts, and here I've been saying, he's still got a vendetta against Daryl, and I don't think that's the case anymore.
No, not really. I mean, he has no reason to now. He's got him where he wants him. He's completely in control of Daryl's life.
Yeah. And I mean, he could be a bigger dick about it, but he is in his weird way trying to help him.
Yeah, but then he threw the picture in his face of Declan.
Yeah, he did. But I feel like that was the last thing he did before he walked away. He, like, tried to reason with Daryl, and then...
Yeah.
When Daryl said he couldn't. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's the thing. Is Daryl kind of needed to see that because it's like, you did kind of get Glenn killed, man.
But
and not kind of, you got Glenn killed, man.
Yeah, but you can't, like, that's not fair to say.
Sure it is. He did a bad thing in front of Negan, and then Negan killed Glenn. There's a clear cause and effect here.
Yes, but that's not Daryl's fault. Daryl was trying to help Rosita.
Mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that. It's Negan's fault. And yes, Daryl's going to feel the guilt, just like he felt over Denise. Like this, he's going to feel it.
But he never really did. Like,
what?
He always kind of just, like, that's going to fault, and...
Oh, like he kept...
You know what I mean?
Right, because there's nothing for him to do now but sit and think about it.
Right, exactly. And what he said at the end was even the most interesting when he was like, I get it, man. But the difference between me and you is I don't have anybody to do this for. So, the fuck's the point? Yeah. Really, he's right.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is he going to do this for?
And I mean, he is thinking about his people at Alexandria. And I think in his mind, if he says yes, if he becomes a Negan, he's going to have to go out and extort from his friends.
Which he's never going to do.
He's never going to do. So staying in the cell, getting beat up every day, I think is his way of not ever having to do that.
It's kind of his penance, I think.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
To him, at least.
Yeah. Which... Again, Negan's fault, not Daryl's fault.
Yeah. But sort of, kind of, he could twist it that way.
Yes, of course. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, much less could be twisted that way.
It's real easy to say, like, nah, dude.
Yeah, it's real easy to blame yourself for that. Especially when Dwight's using words like, you got your friend killed, don't act like you don't know the score. It's like, kind of fuck you.
Is it weird how much he holds on to that bat, by the way?
Yes. Almost as weird as Dwight wearing, like, almost all of Daryl's clothes.
Yeah. People are into some weird shit.
Yeah, while he was, like, doing the whole, when Daryl was in the circle, after he was trying to escape, and he's giving the whole speech, I'm like, you put that bat up your butt for fun, don't you? It's the way Negan talks about it. It's like, you...
Well, he talks about it like it's his wife.
Yeah, when he actually has a wife.
Yeah.
Nobody loves me like this bat loves me. Yeah. But we do see Cheryl, she tries to warn Daryl when he... Sherry, sorry.
Yeah.
She just tried to warn Daryl when he's trying to escape. I mean, because she knows firsthand, she's seen what's happened to Dwight, how it's basically broken him.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
she's
trying her best to instate Stockholm Syndrome, and it's cute. I don't know. I mean, I think she's legitimately concerned for Dad's safety.
Yeah, definitely.
He says that's not who she's never going to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no... He has no reason to, like he said. I mean, I appreciate what she's doing. She's trying to keep him safe because she's not a bad person.
Yeah.
But, I mean, her hands are tied too. She can't step out of line, or her husband's dead.
Yeah.
Well, her actual husband.
Yeah.
Not her baseball bat loving husband. So, I don't know. It's a very precarious situation. For
sure. And it was... Because I've been shit-talking Dwight since he... I was probably shit-talking him before about it. Since he's killed Denise. I've been shit-talking him. We get this weird, like... empathy sort of for him now.
Well, it's kind of showing you, and like, and I guess to go with the guy, that dude he went after.
Yeah.
You know, just because Negan has like a strong following of people doesn't mean there isn't dissension in the ranks.
Yes.
To a degree, you know, and that's important because no. I mean, I would hesitate to call him a dictator, but I guess he kind of is.
He is.
No dictator goes without dissension. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's how you deal with that makes you powerful, or perceived to be powerful. But, like, even then, like, obviously he went after Dwight and Sherry and her sister when they escaped, and, you know, they ended up going back of their own accord, but really it's because they had Daryl's help. They didn't have to go back. But, you know, it does kind of show you that there are holes in Negan's grip that he doesn't even know about, you know? I could see maybe this is a sort of a setup for, like, Negan's ultimate downfall in some way. Because if you could take these dissenters, we'll call them, and kind of get them talking to one another.
Yes.
Kind of like, you know, Negan's kind of ignoring blah, blah, blah. And also, he doesn't seem to let people have sex with people unless he approves it, which is, kind of weird. I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of like a seed of, like, here you go. Here's some doubt. Have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that the guy was saying, if we all, we kind of just let him run over us. If we stood up in the beginning, we could have stopped this from ever happening.
Right.
He's just a bully with a bat.
That's the thing. It's like his safety is not his own. Like, he can't provide his own safety.
No.
He relies on those other gentlemen and ladies to provide his safety, and like that. You know, if they decided to rise against him, what the fuck was he going to do? Just hit them all with a bat?
Yeah.
He'd be dead.
Yeah, it's just that...
new asshole in charge.
Yeah, he gives his lackeys, the other Negans, he gives them enough incentive for them to be loyal to him. And
Absolutely.
That's his protection.
Yeah.
That's what he's built.
He knows what he's doing.
On. Yeah.
So, but, you know, it doesn't take much for one of them to step out of line and grab too much, you know. I could see Dwight getting involved with Sherry in a physical way, and then Negan finding out, and then that not going well for anyone involved. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but Dwight's a pretty broken man. I don't know if he'd step like that out of line.
I don't know. He might. He might if Daryl gets to him, I think.
Yeah, but I think Daryl's focused on not breaking himself right now.
That's true.
Yeah. Man, when I was looking up stuff for this episode, the title of an article was, the writer of this song is, I'm sure, really happy that it's being used as torture. What freaking song was that?
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. I don't know either, because it's just so annoying. Like, I was sick of that song, and Daryl was the one being tortured. It's like Sally in chat just said, I got that song out of my head now. No, I got that song in my head and can't get it out now. Yeah.
I didn't register it.
Very
so
effective.
That was good.
It was quite effective.
It's also bad. So, like, there's
very
that.
bad.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But then we switched to crying music, so Daryl could have a nice little cry. So, you know, there was one different song being played for him.
Thank God. Was it being played in the actual, or was that just for us, the audience?
No, It was the
It was
actual.
the actual? Okay.
All the music and most of the music in the episode was.
Yeah.
Except for that weird hallway music when they were dragging Daryl
Oh, yeah.
out. That sounded like Diablo 2. But whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, there's another...
I won't tell if you won't tell Walking Dead.
There's another thing, and like we're learning about how Negan is as a leader, and every time he walks through the hall, they fucking kneel. The man who calls himself king doesn't even... Ezekiel doesn't even, like, do shit like that.
Well, Negan needs to create a psychological distance between him and his people.
Yeah.
They kneel because that's their inferiority to him. Mm-hmm. You know, that's all encapsulated in one little shot. I mean, you don't kneel, you get the bat. That's it.
Good
but
point.
like he plays it off like I'm a reasonable guy. I'm affable.
Yeah.
You know, like he's quite the sociopath, and it's wonderful.
Definitely
for him. But you know,
that's great.
I just I know it's gonna happen to him, and it's gonna be really funny when it does.
Cool. But speaking to the sociopath thing, he tells the whole story of him and Dwight, and it's a fucked up story, and he's telling it right in front of Dwight, and then at the end he's like, we're totally cool now, and it's like, no, you're actually not.
Well,
none
like,
of this is cool.
It's hard to tell if he actually doesn't realize that, or if he's just saying like, yeah, we're cool because I said so, you know, kind of thing. You know, like it's really hard to tell, like, does he know? Is he that oblivious to people? Which I'm thinking not.
Yeah. I think he knows and is being this way on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was like a whole I am Spartacus thing to the, who are you? I'm Negan. Who are you? Negan. We're all Negan. I am everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. The more he like puffs up this I am omnipotent shit, like the more it's gonna come it's gotta come crashing down. There's no way he can't sustain this forever.
No, and I think it's not even going to be people who do it. I think it's going to be the dead.
Oh.
At one point are just going to like start overwhelming everyone. And he's going to realize like, mayhaps I need help. Sally's actually asking wondering what he did before all the zombies. I do know what he did.
That's spoilers though.
I won't say, but I know what he did.
I can't even begin to imagine.
It's not what you think. It's really not.
All I can think is like psychiatrist or fucking something like that.
No, nothing like that. It's pretty mundane, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like what's her name, who was like a state senator or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, Deanna.
I mean, listen, as someone who's been in a very, you know, mind-numbing, mediocre job, you start to think terrible things about humanity. So, I don't doubt he comes from a mediocre job.
I guess.
So next week's episode is called Service. It is a 90-minute episode.
Yeah, why?
Because I think we're seeing Alexandria for the first time. So I guess they have more.
Why?
They have more to say. I don't know.
I don't. I'm pretty shocked that they needed to do this, but and it's like episode 4, 90 minutes. What? Honestly,
this really feels like the show where they're like, you know what? We got more to say in this episode. They're gonna give us the time slot.
They're gonna.
They don't have to beg for anything. Honestly, they'll get whatever they want.
I don't know. I hope it's worth it, because I'm going to be honest, I don't really care for this episode.
I honestly
if I would have
really
known
liked
this is what it was, I would have skipped it.
I honestly really liked it.
Like, I like the Dwight stuff was like okay, but like I kind of knew that shit about Negan already, so like I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a dick. We get it.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't even think this episode was about Dwight. I think what we got about Negan was inconsequential.
Yeah, it was the Dwight story. But like, as much as it's interesting to know like what went on with Dwight, like I don't give a fuck about him still. I don't know. Who gives a shit? Like, is he gonna? Maybe he'll matter at some point, but right now it's just like I could have guessed most of this without seeing it, and I know that's like weird to say, but I feel like if I skip this episode and just watch next week, I just feel like I wouldn't have missed much.
Probably, because we're going back to Alexandria. The synopsis is the remaining members of the group try to keep it together in Alexandria, and they receive a sobering visit. Negan comes a-knocking. So.
Knock, knock, knock. Hello?
Yeah.
I'm here for your women and your grapefruits.
Say women and grapefruits? Oh, okay.
Not necessarily in that order, but, you know. That's what he wants.
John, where can people find you and your grapefruits?
I don't actually like grapefruits that much, but you can find us at No More on Twitter. Me and my grapefruits.
Awesome. You can find me at Clio on Twitter, Twitch, and Pinterest, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts and some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Toodles. Yeah!